Well, hello there, friends. It is Sunday, May 23rd, 2021, early noon. I hope everyone is doing okay. I'm hanging in there, little by little. I think it's about time to start getting back into the swing of things a little bit, patch up the sails, get the rickety boat back onto the waters a little bit. Went to church today, but had to leave after orthros, so I didn't stay for the liturgy. I don't know what happened. Maybe I was standing too much in place, had my knees locked or something. I don't know, I got like a whiff of some perfume or something too, and I swear after a couple of minutes it just really, that thing where you can just feel the blood draining out of your face, and all of a sudden you're like working up a sweat, just so you can feel like, man, I gotta like go lay down or something because I feel like I'm gonna collapse. I don't know. Went back to the car, just sat a bit and kind of just knew like, okay, I think it's probably time to go home. I stayed for orthros. Unfortunately, this time I'm gonna have to miss the liturgy. Doing better, but that was interesting. I got a nice little icon this one lady gave me. Let's see here. Look at that, it's for St. George. Happy, that's nice. I don't have one. Church is good. After the holidays, obviously there's a lot less services, and also the attendance really went down too. I was kind of sad at first of like, oh, but I want to keep going to church. But I do admit that I have very much discovered you got to be careful too, You got to be careful and don't overdo it, because you can burn yourself out too. It's a lot to handle, admittedly. So I do admit I probably had that like, oh, I'm new and this is all new to me and whatever, excitement and zeal. But I think I came to appreciate it's not at a constant high, and it kind of goes down, so you can't just go all the time. That even just from the monastery, I've been taking a little break of like, all right, I should probably not just go there every single day, whatever I was doing. But overall, pretty good, folks. I do admit, it's not like I have some sort of calling to become a priest or a monk. The question still remains of what to do with your life. It's just this freaking back stuff and all of that's what became, I don't want to like complain and cry about all of that, especially given that it's so difficult to discuss. Can't even describe it. It's whatever. I remember just during the holidays really praying a lot, I don't know, begging for healing. What would you even describe it? And it's not like some sort of like I just want to spontaneously be healed. Nothing like that. Just, I don't know. If anything, what you just hope for is something to come to your mind of like where to go, what to do, like what direct, like, I don't even know, right? I did over a month of the chiropractor stuff, didn't make any difference. The acupuncture and hot cupping, it seemed to sort of maybe just a little bit help, but not really. The massage helped up to a point, but once again, just at some point, you know, you just like, nothing is like, why is it not, you know, just something's not getting better. That I remember. And so I do have a plan for the summer of what I'm trying now. But I remember waking up after Pascha and just think was it a Monday? It was super raining out. And it I don't know, I just had this very, very strong, overwhelming feeling to, you know what, let's give carnivore a try again. But let's kind of stay away from dirty carnivore, right? I mean, that's I don't really need the weight loss anymore. Now it's the, you know, if there's any truth to kind of the experiences that people have with the anti-inflammatory stuff, that like, all right, well, let's give this another shot. And I will say, well, I mean, it's been, I don't know, about 3 weeks. I've been doing my best of like meat, salt, and water. I mean, the coffee thing continues to be a challenge, but hey, first things first here, establish that, get over the cravings again, because yeah, I was definitely not eating well. So I am now officially, and I'll post the weigh-in. So I'm now officially, folks, 165 pounds. I wasn't even trying to aim for any weight loss, but I guess it kind of happened. So yeah, I am now at my lightest I've ever been. I'm very, very used to it at this point. I think at work, now that we're kind of going back a bit, which has been honestly very, very nice. I've just been very, like, over this month, I mean, I've been very just focused on getting back to the swing of things at work. I've very, very much enjoyed it. I used to complain and all that about it. Now I actually enjoy being back there. Just really trying to make the case to management of like, hey, you know, I'm more than happy to be back. I don't need any special accommodations, and really trying to push for the whole getting more hours and being full-time again. And I think, you know, with all of the various changes happening, there's actually a pretty decent chance of that happening maybe pretty soon. We'll see, though. I don't want to... We'll see. Fingers crossed. At my, you know, people still see me at work and they're like, some people will say something, others just will have that like, whoa, yeah, you look way different, but they're almost like worried to say something. Because, you know, I feel like when you talk about people's weight issues, usually it's the reverse of like, whoa, you see somebody's gained a lot of weight, like you don't want to say anything. But it's the, I imagine when somebody drastically loses a lot of weight, maybe it's the same thing of like, you don't even know what to say. I'm not sure. Not that I need people to say anything, but it's an interesting reaction where you can see it on people's faces. It's kind of funny where it's like, all right, I can tell, you know, it's just kind of funny. But yeah, no, I'm not even actively trying to lose weight at this point. I'm more than happy with this. I don't even want to go any lower than this, really. I know my parents are very like, oh, you've got, it's like anorexia, go get blood work, all that, blah, blah. I mean, I'll probably go get the yearly checkup thing and just see what they say. But, I mean, I don't know, like, you feel better, right? So, like, what is blood work gonna tell you, right? Yeah, you're no longer obese and you're sort of feeling better. Has it made any difference at all? Yeah, I think so, a little bit. It's just enough of that click where it feels just better enough and takes up less of that mental space, that I think it maybe is making a difference. I don't know. The plan, folks, what is the plan? Because I mean, I talked about it with one of the people from church who's had like a bunch of back injuries and all that stuff, and that whole how you try this and you try that and you get a this and a that, and you know, it's like none of it ever really leads much to anything. And he was definitely like recommending like you should try a low inflammatory diet. So I mean, that was kind of a part of it too, because it definitely, the best description that I can really give you is that it definitely feels like some sort of, I don't know, it's like that rhomboid, that right rhomboid shoulder blade, let's see, right rhomboid shoulder blade, mid lower trapezius kind of, it's, I don't know, it's hard to, it really does feel like, sorry, just the neighbor, it really does just feel like a, what is it, overuse. I mean, I know I talked to the acupuncturist and she was like, it's kind of like, all right, I mean, you're an MD. I mean, in China, she was an MD. It's like, you know, this is somebody with a lot of training and all that, and just, and yeah, she does acupuncture. Like, in your honest opinion, you know, what do you think is going on? From everything I've described to you, from what you can see and feel, and like in your, from your angle that you kind of approach this, like, what is it? And she said, you know, it's overuse. You know, you've got like overused muscle, tendon, ligament, whatever stuff going on. And I think it's probably about right. I mean, in hindsight, it was probably extremely very stupid to be taking an injured area and doing a whole bunch of exercise for it over the course of last year, thinking I need to strengthen something. Like, no, when you could do weighted dips and weighted pull-ups, like, yeah, it's not, you're not like, oh, I have a weak, like, no, there is no weak rhomboid or anything like that. It clearly just overuse, aggravated, inflamed. And what did I do? I kept working it out, especially towards the end of last year, right? Oh, let me just get all motivated like David Goggins and all that. Like, yeah, no, that has its place, but not always. And yeah, doing freaking weighted decline push-ups, and that's, I think, when it finally kind of went. So what's the plan, right? What's the plan? Well, no more. I'm not doing anything for it. Just going for walks to bring movement and blood flow in the area. It feels pretty good doing that. No lifting for now. I'm not risking it, folks. Not adding any extra aggravation to it. I am not doing any chiropractor or acupuncture or anything like that. No massage, nothing like that. The plan is just, you know, just take the next 3 months, June, July, August. Leave it alone. I mean, I haven't been doing anything like that this month either, but continue on with that, since it seemed like, I don't know, you know, I think the massage is the one thing that helped up to a point, you know. But if you're kind of dealing with like a multi-layered injury, like, I got what I needed to out of it. Now I think the thing really is probably to leave it alone. Don't aggravate it further. Just give this whole carnivore, low inflammatory stuff a try and see what happens. If nothing happens, folks, then sure, I will go back and, I don't know, see more specialists. But for now, it's kind of like exhaust everything you can before going further. And so just to not fall, I don't know, I just don't want to fall into that thing where they're like, let's do more physical therapy, let's do this. Like, no, it's not. Like, I know that thing where you say the key phrase, well, Well, what happened? Well, I was doing exercise, this and that. Aha. See, so just stop doing. I mean, I've already gone over all of this, but that's the plan. Give this a shot, leave it alone, and see what happens, and just kind of mentally, I suppose, try to get it out of your head as much as you can. I mean, it's you know, as I've said before, it's been extremely humbling of just how long, the long, slow recovery that it's taken. But, you know, it's the reality of when you've had some sort of a chronic thing for a while, it's probably not going to just get fixed overnight either. Especially, I would imagine, if it's any sort of connective tissue that's just taking time to heal. That's the kind of stuff where, you know, it takes even longer to. So that's the thing, is that's the plan. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't. That's fine. I'm not going to get into an argument over it. It is what it is. Remember, I don't know, I was like watching a whole bunch of carnivore videos, really just to kind of see if there's anything else I can learn for a lot of the motivation. Just, you know, watching people's experiences and all that. But, you know, at some point, you know, I've watched enough videos. It's kind of like I feel motivated enough at this point that it's now time to focus on something else too. So yeah, it's got to get back to the coding. Got to get back to the coding now. I don't even have a chair really anymore. I got rid of everything. I'm actually waiting for something from work. They're like delivering, like, oh, since we've been having you folks do work from home and it's still going to be a thing, they kind of like partnered with some kind of one of those office stores that'll deliver you a chair. You don't get to keep it. You still have to return it if you don't work there anymore. But hey, I'll take it. The first one I bought, I gave it away to a friend who is having back issues too and doesn't have a great chair. It's like, hey, I can't sit in this, but I can guarantee you this is probably going to be way better than what you were using. And yeah, they're enjoying it. The gamer chair that I had to part ways with that. I actually just gave it to my Afghani friend. He also has like an even worse chair, just like some crickety old thing that he bought super cheap, and like it hurts his coccyx bone. But yeah, he's been really enjoying this one. Yeah, that tall stool that I was using, like, that thing sucks that I just took it to a Goodwill and donated it. I've just had my desk in like that up position and standing up. It's just kind of standing up for long periods of time and focusing on something mentally taxing. It's not particularly easy, right? It's one thing if you're kind of up on your feet and kind of doing something. Being on your feet isn't particularly difficult that way. It's just I need to stand in place for hours staring at a computer and focusing on something. That suddenly, at least for me, I don't find particularly easy. That I'm like, all right, can I not sit in anything whatsoever? Like, is it because, you know, maybe things have gotten better enough where it's like I can just focus on something else for a while. Not even if it's not, oh, I'm going to sit in a chair for 10 hours like I wanted to. Not that I was going to do that, obviously, getting up periodically, but so until I wait for that chair to get delivered, I decided to try my dad's that he uses when he doesn't have to work, and kind of sat in it last night. I was going to start some sort of blockchain video tutorial just out of curiosity, but it was doing that thing where it's just throwing so much at you where it's like you're not understanding any of it. It's like, well, set up this and set up that, don't really worry about it. Like, well, hey, if I don't understand any of this, then this whole smart contract thing you're going to teach me, like, none of this is going to make sense either. But yeah, you know, let's not worry about that. Let's get back to the thing that I started with, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. All right, So yeah, I got to get back, what can I say, in the swing of it with that. But yeah, I will do my best. It's like, I'll see how it goes, how it feels. Maybe I won't be able to sit as long as I want and all that, but at some point I guess things have gotten better enough where, if anything, just mentally it takes up a little bit less space that you actually can sit down and focus on something, right? Not just kind of feel like you're trying to survive, right? Well, let me just make sure I get all my work stuff done. Let me just make sure I get this stuff done and not worry about anything extra. So yeah, that's the plan for that. It's certainly, what can I say? There's something for, picking a direction in life and going with it and really giving it your all. But the other side of the coin, maybe, I'm sure I've already talked about this, is very much experiencing the having something else come along in your way and put a stop to things. I don't want to keep endlessly babbling about like, oh, my back, my shoulder. It's this and that, but yeah, this re-injury at the start of the year, folks, and just looking back in hindsight of all the dumb things, you realize, like, man, I'm already far behind, and how much further did I put myself behind with all this, where now I've got to deal with this too, right? It's not like a little minor annoyance. It became very much front and center right as I was seemingly finally building up some kind of motivation and something. And it, I don't know, man, it certainly wasn't easy. And, you sit in your car and you talk for 22 minutes. You're not writhing on the floor in pain. What could possibly be wrong, right? I don't know. I guess it's given me a new appreciation for the people who just have various stuff that they have to deal with. I definitely know people at work who've got like various stuff, and they'll kind of talk about it a bit here and there. You'll kind of commiserate of this, and you're like, man, the people who have even worse things, they're like various autoimmune stuff and all that, and the various doctor visits and all that, and just that thing of having to deal with all that and still get up and go to work and whatever else that they need to in life. Just, I don't know. I guess I have a new appreciation, or I don't know what you'd call it, like understanding, sympathy, appreciation for all the people who just have, you'd read about these stories before you had your own run-in with it, of people dealing with their own chronic health issues and just having to, still live life and all that. And it's like, man, all right, sorry, I won't look too much. Yeah, you appreciate, I don't know, you appreciate those days where it's not as bad, right? I don't know, man. Of course, why couldn't you have lost all the weight when you actually were better, right? Story of my life, as always. Do everything at the 11th hour. It's like learning to code and all that. Yeah, you're about to turn 36. That's when you're actually doing it. Yeah, you got to your lowest weight ever, right? I do, like, and yeah, you did it when you already have like various problems, right? You couldn't do it when you were healthy, right? You're doing it as just, I don't know. it's sad, but I cannot help but laugh about it a little bit also. And definitely makes for clothes shopping to be difficult, because now even a number of the medium stuff like just feels gigantic. I've kind of come to enjoy the shirts where it's just like it fits, you know. It doesn't have to be like slim fit whatever, but just so it fits, not this like you're wearing like a huge tent over yourself. Like, I hate that feeling of what it's that habit that I know I used to have when I was big, where it's like, oh, I'm big and thick, I need just like huge clothes so it covers everything and is comfortable. And nowadays it just feels weird. Unfortunately also, you know, lifting is not a wise choice right now. So some of the muscular stuff, you know, I'm sure I've lost muscle and all that. I'm just going full on stick mode and all that whole loose skin and stretch marks and all that. I mean, I do have loose skin on my belly, but that's all right, folks. So it goes. I'll take the loose skin versus being what? much heavier. So yeah, 165. I mean, I'm officially now down over 100 pounds from my very heaviest. So, and to think how much I complicated it all. You know, it says there's something to just, you know, maybe the hardest thing about it is thinking about it. Like, you know, maybe it is just, you just do the thing and you stop thinking about it and the thing happens, whatever it is. In this case, it's turning out to be the carnivore diet for me. I have found I definitely need to be careful with the whole under eating thing. I mean, that's a classic thing they tell you, know, you're already restricted, right? You're literally eating nothing but meat. The worst thing you want to do is then limit the amount of food you're eating too. Eat meat like it's your job. So I've found, at first I was doing the whole, let me look out for deals on steaks and all that, but even on sale, way too expensive. I mean, just, you know, you're just spending so much. It's not so much, I don't know, is it expensive or is it just like so much money on food that it makes you feel uncomfortable, and the very, very inconsistent quality of taste. And I don't know, I just decided let's do ground beef, you know, let's do some nice 80-20 ground beef. I find it's usually on sale all the time. Sometimes I'll get it from King Soopers. It's the Kroger here. They're owned by Kroger, and but usually I'll go to a Safeway or something. I find their deals are pretty good, and I'll stock up a bunch. I have found, you know, I still eat once a day. I mean, I don't. I'm not even deliberately fasting. I just don't get hungry. But yeah, about 2 pounds of burger patties. Oh, that's a lot of meat. Oh. That's a lot of, 2 pounds. 2 pounds. Oh, that's a lot of meat. That's enough to feed a family. My goodness. Look at all that meat. Maybe we'll do a cooking stream or something sometime. But yeah, the is it raining? Yeah. It's like a little, like or is it hail or what? Jeez. An interesting day. Nice out. I've very much enjoyed the increase in temperatures and all that. I'm kind of tired of the cold, and also now that I don't have so much adipose tissue, I get cold a little bit easier. Yeah, about 2 pounds of ground beef with a little bit of extra of something. I'm trying to lay off the dairy. Lay off the dairy, the eggs. But yeah, usually, I don't know, I'll just get some sort of bacon. I mean, I don't know, is it good? I mean, I know it's processed, whatever. I mean, sure, is ground beef processed too? Yeah, but I'll just really make sure that there's kind of nothing in it. I'll usually like 6 slices. Yeah, 2 pounds of ground beef, 6 slices of bacon, and I find that to be my like, all right, this feels very filling. Not completely to the point as stuffed, but just enough. And that seems to be going well. So that's the plan. That's the healing plan for the summer, and see what happens. That's really what it's come down to a lot of times, is just you try something for a while, right? And then you see what happens. I mean, that's really what it is. So if it works, it works. If not, then I will do something else, folks. So, but and this isn't like, I mean, if you don't understand this, I know there's some people watching this who understand the carnivore thing, others don't. Like, this isn't, I'm not trying to convert you. If you want to be a vegan, whatever, do your thing. I've got a reason for why I'm trying this. But that's that. How about that crypto, folks? How about that crypto, huh? I'm pretty sure it dropped, and I'm like checking it again today. It's like, whoa, keeps dropping, right? Man, that really does keep on dropping. I did admittedly spend a good chunk of money during that initial drop, and it's dropped even further, but I don't really regret it. I really don't. I'm, as painful as it is to see those drops, I mean, I'm in it for the long haul. I won't go into the numbers exactly, but all I'll say is my initial buying from 2017, when I bought some Bitcoin, not full obviously, and Litecoin and all that, I ended up, I never did anything with that, just left it in there. The prices, everything kind of crashed. I was bullied on Twitter to buy Chainlink back when I was still using Twitter, so I converted everything into Chainlink, and that did quite well, although not as much anymore, but I think it's still up. I think towards the end of last year, early this year, I bought some Lumens and Algorand, and during this huge crash, I decided it was time to get in on Ethereum, since that kind of seems to be, it's like everything you read is, oh, this and this runs on the Ethereum chain, this and this runs on the Ethereum thing. Like, oh, so this is like the stepdaddy or something of them all, if Bitcoin is the daddy. I won't say how much, a good chunk of my savings, but no, don't worry, I didn't blow all my savings on it. I mean, there's always that temptation, let's be honest, of like, what if you put it all? Cash out your 401k or something, put it all. I mean, but no, I did not do that. I'm like, you know what? Let's do this, folks. On Ethereum, and then just decided, you know what? Forget all this Stellar and Algo, blah blah blah. I just used what I had in there to get more to convert that into more Chainlink, more Ethereum, and I think I bought like a little fraction of a Bitcoin, and that was my thing. Let's just focus on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Chainlink. And that's that. Keep it nice and simple. It is all crashed and continues to crash, but that's all right. Because I am in it for the long haul, folks. I am in it for the long haul. It wasn't some sort of like, oh, get rich quick scheme. Which one can I invest in and that's going to shoot up by 5,000%. No, it's literally put the money in now and then do the thing that's very, very difficult, which is now. Now has come the most difficult thing in all of this. It's to now forget about it for a few years and then see where it's at. I mean, people have a lot of predictions and have all sorts of things. There's a lot of people say a lot of smack about crypto. And I mean, there is a lot of smack and all that in crypto, but you give it long enough and all it seems to do is just kind of grow in value and use and all that. And I don't know, I still have that feeling in the back of my head where I think a lot of it too is just manipulation by the powers that be, because they don't want normie Q public getting in on it. So that's my thing. Yeah, it sucks to look at those negative numbers, but that's okay. We'll see where it's at in a few years. The goal isn't to become like a millionaire or something. I mean, sure, it would be nice. It's just make enough. Just make enough where, you'd be in a position to, I don't know, buy a townhouse or something. I mean, I'm not sure. Or pay off if I was already living in one. I mean, if I go up to full time, hopefully health all that good stuff continues to increase. Like, it'll be much, much easier to start entertaining the thought of okay, maybe it is time to now get a place or something. I would definitely very much prefer not to rent for sure. And prices are absolutely absurd here. Oh, in Denver, that's really the most difficult thing. It's the absurd prices, just watching you paycheck to paycheck living for what, I don't know, man. It's tough. But anyway, we don't need to get into it. But yeah, no, I don't know. We shall see. Is it an investment or a gamble? Definitely a gamble, for sure. But we shall see. I mean, I don't know all the various... I mean, all I know is, people say a lot of things, and yet all it's sort of done is just grow in value and become more and more of a thing. And you see these random stories about how, this is the end, China's cracking down, blah blah. I feel like China's every other day they're supposedly cracking down on crypto or something. I don't know, you always read these stories and and this and that institution is gonna, there's always something. And all that happens once again is it just continues to grow, right? That at some point you just notice this pattern of okay, all these people are saying, don't do this, you stick to gold, stick to blah blah, but yet I don't know. To me, all I'm seeing, and I realize I am grug brain, all I'm seeing is that this thing just continues to become more and more of a thing. And I just, like I said, I still, I don't mean to be conspiratorial here, because I don't think conspiracies exist or anything, but you cannot help but feel like there's some kind of manipulation going on by higher, more powerful powers to be the ones to primarily own and get in on this stuff and scare out, your average person. Market manipulation and all that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just the feeling that I have. So that's why I'm not I better just cash out, sell, and forget about this. No, you know what? We'll see. We'll see. I mean, digital currency, whether you like it or not, is the future. Whether you like it or not. So it's kind of like, man, don't, yeah, we'll just leave that there. So I think that's about it. Getting back in the swing of things. I don't know. It's just been a very, very interesting detour with all of this. But I suppose, I mean, like I said, I think it's just that thing where at some point, like, all right, yeah, you got to start just, you know, you still got to live life, still got to focus on whatever sort of goals you may have in life. Yeah, it kind of sucks that, you know what, the re-injury and all this stuff, and the insomnia and the diff and this and that. But, you know, at some point, I don't know, it's like, all right, you've gotten some sort of handle on stuff. Now you got to get back to that, even if it is all hopeless, right? Even if it's just destined to fail. So, all right, well, I will see you later. I'm not really sure if I'm going to do like a post every Sunday, blah, blah. Maybe just whenever I feel like it. If I want to post something a bunch, I will. If not, not. So, anyway, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I should probably get back home and sit on the computer and pick up the coding again. Woo. Bye-bye, friends.